All right. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High God Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ, Yahweh Shai. His brother Chief Priest Allah Zarban Lawyer, aka the Gorilla Hebrew.
It's the brother Hassan.
And yeah, man, we coming back at y'all with another Chronicles class, going into the history through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Thank all of y'all for joining us. Thank y'all that was just on the last live stream we did doing the premiere of the music video through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. But thank y'all that's back now as well. Remember, y'all like, sub, share, and super chat. Y'all really impressed me with the way y'all were able to get them likes up in them last video, that last live. I want to see y'all do that in every live. To be quite frank, like the officer Yashawah said, hashtag feed the flock. That's what it's about through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Like Hamashiach Yahweh Shai said, if you love me, feed my sheep. Right? The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So shalom to the family coming in. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai brought a thumb. We're getting ready to get started. Going into we're about to end the Torah off, the history portion of the Torah. We're going to end that off. Most High will. Next week we'll be transitioning to the book of Joshua, but y'all know the purpose of these Tuesday classes or these Chronicle classes is to go over the history of Israel, man. Go over the history of Israel, and so we can learn it because we're the Hebrew Israelites, and it's our history, so we ought to know it, right? The King Easterling, Deacon might. So if you do, just somebody plug the email. If you plug the Exodus 17:15 email, just have him send it into that same email. Deacon will get a hold of him that way. He checks that email. So yeah, that's what I would say the best bet is, bro. For that, what am I looking for? Okay. All right, so yeah, we're doing this week by week, and if we go according to the schedule we're on, in truth, we got such an immense history. It's gonna take us 2 years to get through it, for real. It's gonna take about 2 years, really, but you know, it's important that we go through this, and then we're keeping in mind our history through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we're gonna finish out the historical aspects of the Torah here in Numbers. So we're gonna start in Numbers 31. And the first verse, go ahead.
The book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites.
Of who?
Of the Midianites.
So this is Yahweh's given a command directly to Moses, who is the leader of the nation. And the first thing he says is, avenge the children of Israel. Right? So how does this work into vengeance is the Lord's? Right? That's the question, because anytime anybody talks about vengeance, they go, well, vengeance is the Lord's. Nobody's not saying that vengeance isn't the Lord, but the Lord is commanding this man to take vengeance. People think everything that has to, like, people come to a lot of illogical conclusions about isolated statements in the Bible, i.e. vengeance is the Lord's. Well, he's telling a man to go get vengeance. Is that not still the Lord's vengeance? But it's man's vengeance. See? Or how about when the Most High says he alone is the Savior, but then he sends a man to save? And then you get to the New Testament, you go, well, Jesus ain't the Savior. The Most High is the Savior. Well, wait a minute. Moses was a Savior. Othniel was a Savior. Joshua, we have various Saviors throughout the Old Testament. So y'all don't understand how the Most High is operating. So yes, the revenge is his, but he's commanding a man to go and get that revenge. Right? So read.
It says, of the Midianites afterwards shalt thou be gathered unto thy people.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge Yahweh of Midian.
Yeah, go to war with the Midian. Gird up for war. Go to war against these people. You're going to win. Read.
Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel.
We just need 12,000 men. 1,000 of every tribe. The most elite men of every tribe. Read.
Throughout all the tribes of Israel shall he send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas the son of Eleazar, the priest, to the war, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand.
So what would the priest do when we would go to war? We would blow the shofar. The same way like y'all see on Bad Boys 2. You see the Haitians blowing the shofar in order to tell the other ones to mount up for war, right? So the same thing you see in that movie, we did. We will blow that shofar so that everybody know it's time to ride, right? Then we would have the holy instruments, the Ark of the Covenant, etc., right? Read on.
And they warred against the Midianites as Yahweh commanded Moses, and they slew all the males.
He said, go kill all the Midianitish men, right? Read on.
And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also, the son of Beor, they slew with the sword.
They got Balaam ass, right? Read on.
And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives, and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire.
Yeah, we knocked the Midianites down to size. Midian rather does not feature prominently in any significant factor in history after this, right? Eventually they get overrun by Cushites and then overrun by Ishmaelites. This right here chops Midian right down to size through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? Read on.
It says, and they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation.
So like it, Thawada Marissa Younger, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Go ahead.
Went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle.
So like it, read that part over again.
Verse 14. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host.
Go before that.
Okay, verse 12. I'm sorry, verse 12. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses.
So here they coming with slaves and with the things that they stole from Midian, right? Or they took from Midian, and they bring it to Moses, right? Read on.
And Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel.
Read on.
Unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host.
Moses is mad. Read.
With the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds.
So he's mad at the guys that are at the top, the leadership, right? Read.
Which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, have you saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against Yahweh.
You see that? And that goes back to when the Israelite brought the Midianitish woman in, like we read last week. So don't bring these women around because we've already seen what they've done. Right? Read on.
I'm going to get a little closer just to make sure you can hear me. It says, of Balaam to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman.
It says kill these little kids, man. Kill the kids and the women, right? That's what it's Most High is giving commandment. Kill the kids and the women. Go ahead.
Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves.
So only the girls that were virgins was allowed to live. Go ahead. And that's typically the MO of us when we invade a place. Only the women who are not married, have not had sex, only those women are saved alive. Go ahead.
It says, and do ye abide, it's like real quick too. When you go to Deuteronomy 27:10, it says you're supposed to obey every word that the Most High says to you.
That's right.
Meaning what? It's a sin if you don't do this. So us not killing these people would have been a sin against God. But anyway, verse 19. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days. Whosoever hath killed any person, or whosoever hath touched any slain, purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. And purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war, which went to the battle, this is the ordinance of the law which Yahweh commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation. It says, and all that abideth not the fire ye shall make go through the water. And ye shall wash your clothes on the 7th day.
Basically, so anything that could take being burnt in a furnace and still survive, put that in a fire, right? And everything that can't do that, wash it with water in order to cleanse it of all the death that has been amongst. Right? Read on.
And ye shall be clean. And afterward ye shall come into the camp. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts, between them that took the war upon them who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. And levy a tribute unto Yahweh of the men of war which went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the persons and of the beeves, and of the asses and of the sheep. Take it of their half, and give it unto Eleazar the priest for a heave offering of the Lord. And of the children of Israel's half, thou shalt take 1 portion of 50 of the persons, of the beeves, of the asses, and of the flocks.
So they're dividing the spoil, right? Read on.
Okay, Con. It says, of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep the charge of the tabernacle of Yahweh. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000 and 70,000 and 5,000 sheep.
A lot of sheep. Go ahead.
And 312,000 beeves, and 1,000 asses.
Hold on, Salaki. What verse you at?
I'm at verse 34.
Real quick. Salaki, numbers 31 and 34. I don't know what the hell a beeve is, so let's just look it up. The beeves. Leave it to the beeves. All right. Baquar is the Hebrew word. Yeah, a bull or a cat, like cows. Okay, it was a gang of cows. All right, just so we understand it. These are cows. It's referred.
Babakor is one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, verse 35, and 32,000 persons in all of women.
Ooh, 32,000 slaves here. We got slaves. So is it slavery in the Bible? Yes, it is. Go ahead.
32,000 slaves. Deal with that. And it says,
Christians.
Was in number 300,000. Hold on, sorry, I'm going to read it again. 32,500. And 32,000 persons in all of women that had not known man by line.
So these are 32,000 women who have not known men. These women are going into captivity. Read on.
And the half, which was the portion of them that went out to war, was in number 300,000, and 7 and 30,000 and 500 sheep. And Yahweh's tribute of the sheep was 603 score and 15. And the beeves were 30 and 6,000, of which Yahweh's tribute was 3 score and 12. And the asses,
meaning the Most High is getting these things sacrificed to him. Go ahead.
And the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 3 score and 1. And the persons were 16,000, of which Yahweh's tribute was 30 and 2 persons. And Moses gave the tribute which was Yahweh's heave offering unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. It says, and of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men that warred. Now the half that pertained unto the congregation was 300,000 and 30,000 and 7,000 and 500 sheep, and 30 and 6,000 beeves, and 30,000 asses and 500.
So here we have a lot of sheep, a lot of cows, a lot of everything. Read on.
And 16,000 persons. Even of the children of Israel's half, Moses took 1 portion of 50, both of man and of beast, and gave them unto the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the officers which were over thousands of the host, the captains of thousands and captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses. And they said unto Moses, thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war, which are under our charge, and there lacketh not one man of us. We have therefore brought in oblation for Yahweh, what every man hath gotten, of jewels of gold, chains and bracelets, rings, earrings, and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before Yahweh.
Go ahead.
And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all wrought jewels.
All the gold, right? Because they had jewelry they got from these people, right? Read on.
And all the gold of the offering that they offered up to the Lord, of the captains of thousands and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels.
A lot of gold. Read on.
For the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of thousands.
So we robbed these heathens.
Yeah.
That's biblical. Read on.
Yeah. And of the hundreds, and brought it into the tabernacle of the congregation for a memorial for the children of Israel before the Lord. We took their gold and stuff for a memorial. That's good.
To remember how we killed these people. Go ahead.
Numbers 32:1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle.
That's spiritual.
Yeah.
They deal with the cattle, right? They had a very great multitude. Read on. Those thousand Gadites, them 1,000 Reubenites, man.
Yeah.
They had buffalo. Right. Go ahead.
It says, and when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was full of cattle.
Yo, True Freeman, chill out, man. Chill out, bro. Go ahead.
The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the priest and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Ataroth and Dibon and Jazer and Nimrah and Heshbon and Elilah and Shebam and Nebo and Beon, even the country which Yahweh smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for grazing, basically. This is a land for cattle. We got cattle, and this is a land that's very conducive for the cattle. Read.
It says, wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants.
So, for those of y'all that don't know, and it's getting ready to expound further, but you had 2.5 tribes that lived east of the Jordan. That's Gad, that's Reuben, and half of Manasseh. Manasseh had an eastern half and a western half, right? So this is the prelude to that. This is what is the catalyst. That's the word I'm looking for. This is the catalyst for that. They have all this extra cattle, and they go, look, this land is really good for grazing cattle, and we got a lot of cattle. So it actually makes sense for us to stay here and not cross the Jordan. Right? Read.
It says, wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan.
That's right. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here? It's like, too, I just wanted to mention, always see how the children of Gad and the children of Reuben, those two tribes are always, you know what I mean?
Always together.
Exactly.
Coincidentally. Yeah. Right? Go ahead.
And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel?
So basically, now Moses is like, well, wait, y'all want to stay over here? You're going to be kind of disconnected because you're going to be across the Jordan. And now what? We all going to go to war and y'all niggas ain't going to come? Right? Read.
And came unto Elim, and in Elim were 12 fountains of water, and 70 palm trees, and they
hold on there. You sure that's it? You skip a page.
I did.
Okay, come.
My bad.
All right.
Children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord hath given them. Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up unto the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which Yahweh had given them. And the Lord's anger was kindled at the same time, and he sware, saying, surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed Yahweh. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord toward Israel. For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all this people. And they came near unto him, and said, we will build sheepfolds here for our cattle, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel, until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance.
Basically, he said, don't worry about it. We're going to still stay here, but we're going to ride with y'all, and we ain't going to come back here and settle this until after we ride with y'all to do this, right? Yes, Caleb certainly was an Israelite of the tribe of Judah. He's reckoned as that. These people, we busted the Christians on that the other day. Why did we bust the Christians on that the other day? Because they were trying to go into, he was a Kenizzite, and Kenizzites are Edomites, but that's not the same word for Kenaz for Edom, for the Edomite people as it was there. So that's just a lie, man. They want to play them games. He's a Judite. Go ahead.
Numbers 13:6. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh.
Boom. That's it. Ain't nothing else to talk about. Right? So go ahead.
Okay, verse 19. This is Numbers chapter 32, verse 19. It says, "For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan, or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan."
Yeah,
eastward.
look, he's like, look, man, they saying, look, this is our land over here on the east, right? And this is a joke that we have between myself and Assad is Gad, Reuben, and half of Manasseh is the Asian tribes, and then the other tribes, we the African tribes, right? Because, we on the west and east of the Jordan. So go ahead.
And Moses said unto them, "If ye will do this thing, if ye will go armed before Yahweh to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord, until he hath driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord, then afterward ye shall return."
Yeah, after y'all ride with your brothers to make sure that we instill our land in Israel there, and we settle it and we drive out the inhabitants of it currently, then you can go back home, right? Read.
"And be guiltless before Yahweh, and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord."
Read on.
"But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord."
Yeah, if you don't ride with us, it's a sin. Read.
It says, "And be sure your sin will find you out. Build you cities for your little ones, and folds for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth." And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, "Thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before the Lord to battle, as my Lord saith."
Basically, we're going to leave our families there. But we're going to jump. See, they called that land that was east of the Jordan Gilead. Just like they call the north Samaria, they call the south Jerusalem or Judah. Right? Those were like the names, the east, the north, and the south of Israel. Those were the capitals, and they were kind of referred to by those names. So you can understand, right? But go ahead.
It's like verse 28. It says 27. "But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before Yahweh to battle, as my Lord saith." So concerning them Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, "If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed to battle before the Lord, and the land shall be subdued before you, then ye shall give them the land of Gilead for a possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan." And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, "As Yahweh hath said unto thy servants, so will we do. We will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possessions of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours."
And I'm going to tell you what's interesting, too, about this is that these are the warrior tribes, Gad, Reuben, and Manasseh. These are experts in war. So it's important that they go to war with us, Go ahead.
Okay. It says, verse 32, "We will pass over armed before Yahweh into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours." And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto the half tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the lands with the cities thereof in the coast, even the cities of the country round about.
Read on.
And the children of Gad built Dibon and Ataroth and Auror, and Atroth and Shophan and Jazer and Jogabah, and Bethnira and Betharon, fenced cities and folds for sheep. And the children of Reuben built Heshbon and Eliah and Kirjathim and Nebo and Balamian, their names being changed, and Shibma, and gave other names unto the cities which they builded. And the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it.
So the part that Manasseh wanted, the Amorite was still there. So they went and they took that from the Amorite. Before they go into war and battle and get the rest of the Canaanites with the rest of the tribes, they go and they dispossess the Amorites, right? Which are Canaanites as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, which goes right back to Genesis, the 15th chapter.
Yeah, the iniquity of the Amorites. Come.
The iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And brothers and sisters, y'all can read that history in Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter. It says, "And the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it." How do you, because we know it's like it. We know, of course, Malachi 3:6 says the Lord doesn't change. But this is literally the God, right, who you call God, or whatever you call him, giving commandments for us to go kill people, enslave them, and take their belongings. Not only take their belongings, but take their land too. But you're telling me God loves everybody? Why would he say this? Why would he allow something like this to happen if he loves everybody? Are you kidding me? It says, and Moses gave Gilead unto Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein. And Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Havoth Jair. And Nobah went and took Kenath, and the villages thereof, and called it Nobah after his own name.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. What does Havoth Jair mean? These are the journeys of the children of Israel.
So they went. You said you want to check that?
Yeah.
What's that verse?
32 and 41. I don't know. I just got to feel it means something interesting.
32.
Havoth Jair. Let's see. I could be tricky.
Kawath. Yar. Yar. Hawath Ya'ayar, and it means just the villages of Jair.
Man.
He went and conquered that area, and they just called it, these are my villages, because I went and I took that, basically. Right? Nothing mystical about it. Go ahead.
Big swing and a miss for his side. This is Numbers 33 and 1. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt, with their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of Yahweh. And these are their goings according to their goings out. And they departed from Ramses in the first month on the 15th day of the first month.
That's when we left out. That's called the Passover. Or that's called Feast of Unleavened Bread, Salakia. Yeah. The night before that is a Passover. The 15th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's when we leave out of Egypt. Go ahead. On the Shabbat, a full moon. Go ahead.
It says, and they departed from Ramses in the first month on the 15th day of the first month. On the morrow after the Passover, the children of Israel went out within high hands in the sight of all the Egyptians. For the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which Yahweh had smitten among them, upon their gods. Also the Lord executed judgments. And the children of Israel removed from Ramses and pitched in Succoth. And they departed from Succoth and pitched in Etham, which is in the edge of the wilderness. And they removed from Etham and turned again unto Piharoth, which is before Baal-Zephon, and they pitched before Migdal. And they departed from before Piharoth and passed through the midst of the sea, into the wilderness, and went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham and pitched in Marah. And they removed from Marah and came unto Elim, and in Elim were 12 fountains of water and 70 palm trees.
Joel speaks. Ramses is really Avaris. If you want to look up the historical site we was in, just look up Avaris. 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 Go ahead.
It says, and they pitched there, and they removed from Elim and encamped by the Red Sea.
Elam is not like Elam, like India. It's what is it? E-L-E-M?
I-M.
E-L-I-M, not the same
not
thing.
Not A-M.
Just A-M, yeah. Just so y'all understand. Go ahead.
It says, and they removed from the Red Sea and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sin and encamped in Dovka.
It's just giving us a recap of all the places we was going to over the course of them 40 years. Right? Read on.
Yeah, it's about to do that for about 30 verses. It says...
So like he's about to do that? We can skip it. We can skip that part. That's fine.
No. I mean, it does that for a while. I'll just skip where...
Just, wherever it stops doing that, we can skip
I'll jump to verse 38. And Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of Yahweh, and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the first day of the 5th month. And Aaron was 120.
No, the first day is a new moon. The 15th day is a full moon. Go ahead.
Okay. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. And King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. And they departed from Mount Hor and pitched in Zolomana. And now I'm going to jump to 50. Verse 50. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quit pluck down all their high places.
See, this is what's interesting, right? Because those of us who was west of the Jordan, if you notice, the Gad, Reuben, and Manasseh did not have these issues. Y'all are going to see as Joshua progresses, they was able to go there and just lay everything down and settle their land and have their cattle there. Meanwhile, us, right, on the west side, meaning all the other tribes outside of Gad, Reuben, and the eastern part of Manasseh, we had trouble killing and doing what we were supposed to do to these Canaanites. It's very interesting. The warrior tribes, they was able to just go there and knock everything out. It was all the other tribes that had these issues. So that's interesting. But go ahead.
It says, and ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it.
Hold on real quick. 92 Vision Issachar, man. They've been paying us a lot, man. You know, I don't know. I guess just how YouTube works. Every channel, real quick, just so y'all can understand, every channel that has monetization on, AdSense on, different advertisers bid for ads on your channel. And I assume that what because in the description of all of our videos it says Hebrew Israelites, that they just Google AdWord Hebrew and they want to pay to have their videos on everything that has to do with Hebrew because they feel like it's going to get them students and people to sign up or whatever. But what they don't realize is they're paying us every time they do that. Every time they do it, they're paying. Not like they're paying us like significantly, but part of the money that they're investing for their advertisement is going in front of our videos just so us, the viewers of these videos, can just laugh at the fact that they don't even know Hebrew. We would never give them a damn dime, but they're paying us. So isn't that beautiful? Every time you click on a video and you see that ad, understand that our enemy, the Amalekites, is paying us for you to get edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy when you think about it, right?
Damn, there's a verse. I had a Bible verse for such a occurrence, but unfortunately it's escaping me right now. Anyway, back to the Torah. Numbers chapter 33, verse 53. And ye shall possess the inhabitants of the land and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. And ye shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance among your families, and to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers ye shall inherit. Mm-hmm. But if you won't...
So according to the tribes of your fathers. So if you're Ephraimite, you're not going into Simeon and getting a piece of land. That ain't supposed to go down like that, right? Read on.
Come. It says, but if you will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which you let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein you dwell.
Go ahead, read that again.
Numbers 33 and 55. And if you will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you.
If we don't do it, right? We have a commandment to do it. So now, the Most High is going to be with us if we set our heart out to do it. But if we don't and we're double-hearted, guess what? We ain't going to be able to do it. That's what it's telling us, read.
Then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes.
See now, because you don't take out all of these heathens, they're a prick in your eye. Read on.
And thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein you dwell.
Read on.
Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to destroy you the way you were supposed to destroy them if you don't destroy them. This is the Most High. The Most High is cold. Yeah. He's saying you got to go and kill these people. Period. And if you don't, I'm going to kill you. This is every gangster that you've seen in the movies. Yahweh is the kingpin, the godfather of all of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I think it was Ali Muhammad. Ali Muhammad said God is gangster.
No, he said it. He said that, and you're damn right. He is a gangster. He is a killer. He's actually everyone who's ever been killed, everyone who's ever died. He did it.
Yeah, he's a gangster among
everybody. He's caught everybody from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the one. Right? That's that man. Right? Read on.
Yeah. Numbers 34:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan with the coast thereof. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along the coast of Edom, and your south border shall be...
So we're going to border all the way to Edom, right? Read. But that's why in Obadiah it says they of the south shall possess Edom. Yeah, meaning our southward borders are going to get expanded. And Edom ain't going to have a land because Edom is going to cease from exist after a millennium of slavery. Yeah. Right? Read on.
And your south border shall be the utmost coast of the salt sea eastward.
Yes. They did have their own land, but Simeon's land was within Judah. That doesn't mean they didn't have their own. They clearly, if you look on the map, they had their own land. It was like landlocked by Judah, though, meaning they were surrounded by Judah. But they ended up leaving that. That was going back to the time of Jeroboam. They left that land and they became witch doctors and witchcraft practitioners on behalf of the northern tribes. Right? Read on.
It says, and your borders shall turn from the south to the ascent of Akrabim and pass on to Zin, and the going forth thereof shall be from the south to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go.
And the whole reason why that happened, man, you went up, is you'll read about it in Joshua. But Judah agrees to give part of their land to Simeon because they want Simeon to help them against the Canaanites. Right, so they go in a two-headed monster, Judah and Simeon, into the Canaanites. All right, the so-called Dominican man, so-called African American man. Right, they go in there. So imagine in New York, if you're from New York, imagine the Bloods and the Trinitarios teaming up to go against somebody. Right, read on.
It says. Kadesh Barnea, and shall go unto Hazar Adar, and pass on the Asman. And the border shall fetch a compass from Asman unto the river of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. And as for the western border, ye shall even have the great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. And this shall be your north border. From the great sea ye shall point out from you Mount Hor.
So all to the Horites, right? Read on.
From Mount Hor ye shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath, and the goings forth of the border shall be to Zedad. And the border shall go unto Ziphron, and the goings of it shall be at Hazarian.
Whereas Edom is immediately south of Israel, in a bunch of mountain, a bunch of caves. Okay, if you want to look at Edom, you put in Google Petra. That's Petra. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Petra, Petra. You look that up. That's Mount Seir, that's where they used to live. Yeah. They used to build Roman-like palaces in the caves. Yep. Right? Read on.
And you see familiar structures in Washington, D.C., all over. Really.
All over the world. Any place where a white man is, they build them identical structures. Right? So read.
It says, and ye shall point out your east border from Hazarian to Shepham, and the coast shall go down from Shepham to Riblah on the east side of Ain, and the border shall descend, and shall reach unto the side of the sea of Chinnereth eastward. And the border shall go down to Jordan, and the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land with the coast thereof round about. Numbers 34 and 13. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which Yahweh commanded to give unto the 9 tribes, and to the half tribe. For the tribe of the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and the half tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance.
Meaning all they got that inheritance east of the Jordan River, right? Read on.
The 2 tribes and the half tribe have received their inheritance on this side Jordan, near Jericho, eastward toward the sun rising. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you, Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun.
Right, so the high priest at that time, Eleazar, and Joshua from the tribe of Ephraim were the ones who would say, okay, this is your land from here to here. They literally went through the whole land of Israel and decided whose borders were what, because the Most High put that spirit on them to give them that understanding. Right? Read on.
And ye shall take one prince. No, sir. Salakia. Okay. Numbers 34 and 18. And ye shall take one prince of every tribe to divide the land by inheritance. And the names of the men are these. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. Right. Let me read that again. For anyone that doesn't think Caleb is an Israelite. Numbers 34 and 19. And the names of the men are these. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. Can y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear? Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all should be able to hear by now. All right, yeah, I think they can hear. All right. I'm going to read that again. Numbers chapter 34, verse 19. And the names of the men are these: of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh; and of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel the son of Ammihud; of the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad the son of Kishlon; of the tribe and the prince of the tribe of children of Dan, Buki the son of Joglai; the prince of the children of Joseph, for the tribe of the children of Manasseh, Haniel the son of Ephod; and the prince of the tribe of Joseph, and the prince of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, Kemuel the son of Shiftan; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Elizaphan the son of Parnach; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Issachar, Paltiel the son of Azan; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Asher, Ahihud the son of Shelomai; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, Padael the son of Ammihud. These are they whom Yahweh commanded to divide the inheritance unto the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. This is Numbers chapter 35, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan.
We're just going to go to 8, right? Go ahead.
Near Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities round about them. And the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle, and for their goods, and for all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about. And ye shall measure from without the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, and on the south side 2,000 cubits, and on the west side 2,000 cubits, and on the north side 2,000 cubits. And the city shall be in the midst. This shall be to them the suburbs of the cities.
92 Visions. Can you name that volcano for me, please? Because I'm getting ready to go into something. Because there's a city named Isucar in Mexico, so I'm gonna be going into that. Most High will. We're gonna do a 12-week course on just the Northern Kingdom, and I'm gonna be going into that. So if you can give me that information, I would appreciate it if I can incorporate that into the lesson through the Spirit. Right, go ahead. We've been doing live earlier, Jada, but this week because we had to do the video release. We started this later, but usually we starting around because I'm in the Eastern time zone now, so we usually starting like a little after 9, right? But go ahead.
Okay.
Amav. No, we didn't, because last week we did Numbers 27. So
we didn't do this one, brother.
No, we didn't. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, and ye shall measure from verse 6, and among the Levites which ye shall give unto the Levites, and among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither. And to them ye shall add 42 cities. So all the Levites, so all the cities.
So we had essentially 48 cities, right? So the Levites, a lot of people just say, oh, the Levites, we had the suburbs. We did have the suburbs, but we also had 48 cities, 12 cities of all the 12 tribes. We had essentially, if you had a land, Judah, we got 12 cities in Judah. Benjamin, we got 12 cities in Benjamin. Then we have the suburbs that surround those cities, right? So total, we had 48 cities, plus then we had suburbs. Right, read.
So all the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 40 and 8 cities.
40 and 8. We have 48 cities, 12 cities of every 12 tribe. Read.
Them shall ye give with their suburbs.
Then we had the suburbs around it, right? So imagine a capital city somewhere, and then that city got suburbs. Like we're in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, you got Marietta, you got Sandy Springs. You got all these little suburbs around Atlanta, right? Boom, 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 boom. So we have Atlanta, and we have all the suburbs around Atlanta, right? That would be the equivalent. So go ahead.
Okay. Verse 8. And the cities which ye shall give shall be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many, but from them that have few ye shall give few.
So you give to each tribe according to the size of that tribe. If they're not that deep, they don't get a whole gang of land, right? They get a smaller portion. Read.
Everyone shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance which he inherited.
Exactly. You got to give the suburb, and you got to give land to us pursuant to how you've been rewarded, how the Most High has increased you, right? So read.
That's it on 8.
Okay, that's it on 8. All right. So what? Because this was kind of short. See, that's why I went so many chapters, because it's short. And there was a lot. You said what? Huh? Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna be doing because it's so short. We'll give the next 15 minutes for questions, so y'all can ask questions for the next 15, and then because we usually want to at least do an hour on these classes, even though we hitting y'all now through the Spirit 4 times a week. We want to at least give y'all an hour. I want to encourage everybody as well to go back and watch last night's class, some deep edification through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai on last night's class. So go back and watch last night's class. Is Deacon still in the building? No, that's it. That was it, bro. That was a portion. Then next week we start on Joshua. So yeah, because it's all just it's law after that. But yeah, so I don't know if Deacon's still in the building, but we're gonna be doing Situation Room Most High Will tomorrow. Tomorrow, and then we'll do a Sabbath class on Thursday. Also, this Friday we have the history of the memorial of Simon Maccabee going down Friday at sundown. So we should be doing something for that as well through the Spirit. But yeah, so questions, man. Ask your questions. Come on, praise. Can we train to be warriors? Why don't Israelites do any physical training? You're mistaken if you don't think Israelites don't do physical training, True Freeman. Okay, all right, bet. The water 92 Visions. I'm gonna check that out. Okay, brothers that did the video release said he was doing a class on keys to the kingdom. Are y'all doing? Nah. You could go on his channel, Army of Israel Headquarters. Do angels have woolly hair? I would assume so. Some of them, at least. One was off of it. What can you let us know about saints warring in America before the? I mean, if race wars pop off, we got to defend ourselves, brother. That's simple. I've talked to a couple Middle Eastern Israelites, and this truth all made sense to them to this usual. Yeah. The Arabs know what time it is, bro. Everybody, what you gonna find out is, bro, everybody know what time it is but us. And Esau plays stupid, but the Hamites, the Ishmaelites, the Elam, they know what time it is, bro. If you talk to any of them that's from over there, especially for long enough, it'll come out, and they won't dispute you that you're the Israelites, bro. Be it an Ishmaelite or a Hamite or an Elamite. Prophet God must not be stricken if you said Aslan is Hebrew. Yeah, Aslan is Hebrew. It is Hebrew. I gotta get back to you on the meaning, but as you can see, even the characters is all Hebrew. Atlan. Even the T and the Z go together like the Hebrew word Taza, and you have Itzum. You have a deity, an Aztec deity named Itzum, right? And it goes back to the Hebrew Itazan, which means bone. And it's like the skeleton. She's like a female Skeletor looking goddess that they had. It just means bone, literally. Right? Come on, Joel. Stop asking me about how angels look, bro. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday, right now. New moon, it'll be next week. So Thursday. And then next week it'll go to Friday, Saturday, like how everybody else do it. So we'll be on the court with everybody else for like a month. Heard the Cherokee Indians are Sicarii warriors. Oh yeah. You had some of the Sicarii that actually Cherokee legend says some of the Sicarii left out of and fled from Jerusalem and came to America, and some of the Sicarii came amongst the Cherokee Indians. That's a part. See, a lot of people don't know about that, but that, like the Cherokee, they keep that close, but that's a part of their history, their oral tradition, that some of the Sicarii came and got with them. Kind of off topic tonight, but if two African Americans have a white baby, will that baby make it? It's not about how anybody looks. So, of course they would. It's about seed. It's not about appearance, brother. Yeah, Assassin's Creed has a lot of good historical value to it, though. They go into a lot of history, dealing with Levi, dealing with Israel, etc. How do we explain to a Christian that words like Gentile and every man are referring to Israelite foreigners' advice? Watch our videos on it, brother. That's my advice. We go into that in depth. Not sure. Can end the curse before the no, you cannot end the curse before then. Why the Edomites say they're Native American? Because they're trying to escape whiteness. That's why. White guilt. And their lack of culture makes them want to assume other people's identities. In different brothers Hebrew classes is where you can learn Hebrew. No wonder they're known for their prophets. Do you believe we are in the last? I hope we're the last generation. The original Hebrew Israelites embrace Africa. Why do y'all reject Africans? Who said we reject Africans? True Freeman. When have you ever heard us reject Africans? Was Kala Severus Israelite? Kala Severus is that individual of the Severian dynasty, a descendant of Septimius Severus? If so, yes. Yeah, I would say Cain's descendants are lepers, but I would say that they were killed off in the flood and they came back through Edom and Esau. Thanks, Akir video. All praise Yahweh Shemiah Shah Frankie. Yeah, how do y'all become such scholars? I mean, it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. Got to study to show ourselves approved. Got to be diligent, etc. Property tax liens for obtaining properties. I mean, people talk about that, but there's a lot of scamming going on with that. Culture banners, they come burn Vegas. I mean, we already, you know what I'm saying? I can only handle but so much of Vegas. It's so wicked. So, I can't do that more than once a year. All other nations represent the eagle symbol. No, Esau. That's Esau that really deified the eagle. Yeah, you got to separate. But when they're full body leprosy, that's clean leprosy, and you don't have to separate from them. Partner, I say he Bantu. Should I count? I mean, you need to make Inquisition Bantu. You have to understand, and I'm like a broken record. Bantu is not an ethnic group; it's a language group. So all Bantu people are not the same nation. There's different people that are Bantu. They just speak a related language, right? Us, the Canaanites, and all them other people spoke a related language as well. The Edomites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, we all spoke a related language. So just because somebody speaks the same language or a similar language, even the Cushites, that doesn't mean that they're the same people. So you need to make further inquisition as to just not being Bantu. What specific tribe does he come from? Well, Yahweh shall come back within the next 1,000 years. I mean, for sure. We know that for sure. True Freeman. Ephesians 10:1-12 is clear. How did Abraham, Jacob, and Joseph talk to Africans or Hamites if they only speak Hebrew? We spoke a related language to the Hamites. The Canaanites and us have the same language in actuality. That's why our language is called the language of Canaan. It's the same language, with the same alphabet, all that. The Phoenician alphabet, the Moabite, all of it's the same thing. That's why if you go and study Chinese and Japanese, it's Hebrew at its origin. Yeah. They got all kind of artifacts on that. Man, I'm DMV. I don't know, man. I don't feel like going. And how can y'all be sure Jesus coming back? Because the Bible tells me so. Some brothers was advancing through the damn education system and put that ability and comprehension toward the spirit. That's true too, Jeremiah. Because this girl on my job is leveraged from my eyes. Yeah, you gotta watch that. Bantu, Shaka Zulu. Tell you, Shaka Zulu then was straight heathens. Chicago. What about the story? Enoch. What do you mean? What about the story about Enoch? Mom's name is Ezekiel. Okay. Oh, that's a good name. Ezekiel in the Hebrew is Kazak Allah, which means my God is my strength. And I believe Micaiah is Mayak Yah, which should be who is like Yah or like Yah, something like that. I gotta look that up for sure, but it's something to that effect. No, not Mayaka Allah. No, it's not Mayaka Allah though. That's what I'm saying. That's not the name. Yeah, DC don't. There's only a few cities that I even care about going to. I'm gonna be honest with you, which is Miami, Chicago, New York, and that's it. To be honest, I really don't care about going nowhere else. But I'll be in Houston though in June. Y'all got a camp in Ohio? Yeah, we got brothers in Ohio. Send us an email. Somebody give them an email. That Enoch that's going around is not the real Enoch. True Freeman, what question, King? I don't know how to say Timoteo in Hebrew. Come to the bay. I'm straight up the bay. Nah, I don't rap. We don't know what Enoch saw because there's no record of what Enoch saw. What do you have classes that teach Hebrew? Officer Bazak of Sicarii teaches Hebrew on his channel. I love him coming to Long Beach. I love when I go to Long Beach too, but I'm good off the West Coast for a while. I'll see y'all like, I don't know. I'm just straight. When Jesus comes back, is he giving us alien weapons to fight Esau? You can say that. If you come to the Bay, Streets with Torch. Yeah, I ain't been to the Bay in a while. How do you feel about? I feel like they are operating out of emotionalism, and they need to stop. Jada, I got the perfect location. I read it with you. Straight up, man. One of you already know. Sabrina, you crazy. Okay. Yeah, man, we out east, man. I'm cool off the west, man, for a minute, but I love Long Beach, man. Long Beach is one of my favorite places to go. Exactly, Tazapanya, Officer Tazapanya got it. He was righteous. He walked with God, and the end. Man, ever heard about Ezekiel's bread? Yeah, the bread company. Yeah. I'll be seeing that at the store. Yeah, man, I'm in the A, man. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it out here in the A. I see why so many people move down here and never go back home. I'm really feeling the A. Can you type the channel in the chat, please? What channel? Oh, for the music video, Army of Israel headquarters. But the brother also, he just sent me it, so he told me to upload it, so I'm gonna upload it. See, North Carolina is something I might do because we can just drive there. You know what I'm saying? So, can I send you a shirt with friends? What you need to do is go on Instagram and hit up Hebrew Israelite Clothing Co. and cop yourself a shirt, brother. Do those prayer record them so we can listen to them. What you mean, San Antonio? Man, listen, if somebody, next person says something about Nipsey Hussle and tries to put a cape on for him, I'm blocking you. He was a heathen who promoted murder and sorcery. It went offline.